here, and we're going to talk today about what you need to lose weight. And one of the things is you need some equipment. We got the Black & Decker grill, we've got the smoker, but this is something you're going to need, okay? And it's from Grav Labs. It's called Stacks. And look, the cool thing is you can take it apart so you can clean it. And you can get different accessories for it. So it's very, very useful. Plus, we experimented with this, and it really, really helps in the weight loss process. A number of reasons why. I haven't figured it out yet exactly. Because, as you know, your doctors aren't going to tell you about this. And if you watch TV and you're trying to learn about, okay, check this out. So this is ice, okay? So what this is, we use what they call ice filtering. Ice filtering is a pure way to do that. So you get one of these ash catchers. Now, I'm going to tell you where to get this. You get this at grav.com, and different pieces cost different amounts. But let's just say, it's not that bad. It's like about $100, like each piece like $100, and like $30. You know, so kind of thing like $200 or $300 for this thing. Hey, make this a gift to yourself for the new year. This will be the new you. And so I have, oh, and the fun thing is you have to find ice trays that makes ice cubes that fit. So Jedi Joy found a bunch of different ice trays. Okay. So I'm gonna, you know, if you guys are with me now, go ahead and grab your piece down and let's do this together, because that's how this program works. It's how I lost weight, was doing it with Jedi Joy. Now, some of you might not have somebody you're working with on this, or if you are, maybe you want to join us and just watch this for extra support. But without it, man, you might be it's just tough because it's a dry desert. You got to take a long journey down a road less traveled that very few people have done. And there'll be times when you won't see the end in sight. So sometimes it's always good to have a guide or a partner to say, hey, look, I've been there, man. It's just a little ways further, or, you know, whatever, just, you know. I usually don't say that because because I don't know how long everybody's body takes. Okay, let's move on to doing this. Okay. Grav Labs. And I like to massage myself. Massage is always good. If you have somebody that can massage you, that's even better. But if not, just do it yourself. I feel for like the little bubbles and the fat cells in my body. And I hope I'm not popping glands or anything, but it doesn't seem like I am. I'm scraping whatever's on there off of it. Ooh, this Panamá. The Panamá stuff is just different. It's hard to describe. Whoa. They are all over body thing. Good for the body. Man, now I'm getting hot though, because these kitchens, in Panama, they don't use fans here for some reason. They instead they just have windows. So have you ever heard the phrase "can't stand the heat"? Man, it's like hot because I got this kettle going here. As soon as I get this put away, I'm going to put the chicken on, and I'm going to grill some stuff for lunch. Okay, I'm a heavy smoker, so I have to do 2 of these, and it's hard. It's hard. It's not a party. It's like going to the gym. You feel better afterwards. Oh man. Oh. Oh man. Sometimes I forget this is live. There's a little bit of water buildup in here. Let's see the ice melts. Holy cow. So massage your body, massage your muscles, get that fat out of here. It's like going to the gym. You'll feel better afterwards. You know, and you won't see this, like I said, on TV. Like if you're trying to lose weight, you're not going to learn about this from Julie Chen or any of them daytime shows, you know, because their sponsors won't let them. And it goes the same true for YouTube. But they allow us to do whatever we want, they just won't sponsor us, so. Which I don't care, but Julie Chen does care. She wants to get paid for every minute she's on the air. She's bulimic. Heavy bulimic. Surprised she didn't catch breast cancer by now because of all the, you know, bulimia. I got an argument with someone. The problem with Twitter is not a logic escapes some people. So I made a logical argument, and they kind of like were like, the argument is this: is that if you're bulimic, you increase your chances of getting breast cancer significantly. Basically, I said you'll get breast cancer. I said, hey, if you're bulimic, you'll get breast cancer. And they took it the other way. They said, oh, the only people who have breast cancer are bulimic. I'm like, no, that logic doesn't work both ways. No, but if you are bulimic, hey, get ready to have something worse than getting fat. How about getting cancer? Caused from all the sugar you're eating. And Jedi Rich knows, because Jedi Rich was bulimic for many years. I started buliming when I was 16. So I was a ahead of the curve, as they say. Okay. Whew. That's done now. Okay, great. Well, let's see. I'm trying to debate if you want to keep rolling on this or for the yeah, just roll on this for lunch. Come on. We got the camera going. May as well. Okay, so here's the Jedi fridge, as you see. You don't have condiments. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty clean, don't it? You're gonna grab a chicken. And I want to make this Molita Premium right here. Molita Premium. And the reason why we like the Molita Premium, I'm going to tell you right now, is you see, not all protein is the same. I used to think that. And that was our big mistake. That, you see, like this chicken, it's protein. But if I eat all the skin on there, that might create too much fat. Same thing as eating sugar. So your protein has to have a certain percentage of fat. Ground beef is the easiest way to do that because they tell you the percentage right there on the label. Okay, so this is going to go in the smoker. We'll do breast side up here. I don't know how long to do that for. I'm going to guess 2 hours. I don't have a meat. Hey Siri, set timer for 2 hours.
Okay, 2 hours, counting.
We'll check it later. I'm going to do a nice slow cook on this baby. I'm going to put a little bit of just a little seasoning. You know, I mean, I'm all about like, you know, you guys see me on Twitter, I'm all harsh and like food should taste like shit. Who said food should taste good? You know, when did that happen? You know? I mean, food, don't you remember people used to say, you have to eat everything on your plate before I give you sugar. They used to bribe the kids with sugar to get them to eat their food. So what the chef decided to do was just put sugar in the food. And so now the kids lick their plate clean and want more. Well, that wasn't exactly the point of having them eat protein. Okay. So let's get this thing out of here. Now, what we're having for lunch here is ground beef. Get the weed off the table here. Okay. So now, here's another tool you might need. A Black & Decker sizzling grill. This will allow you to grill things at home. Inside, if you live in an apartment like we do. Okay, it still smells, doesn't smell rotten to me. I always test it because you never know. So we have limited space here. This is like how I used to live when I was living on a sailboat. When you live on a sailboat, your kitchen's really super small. It moves. So because the boat's rocking back and forth. So the kitchen has a stabilizer on it, so the whole kitchen basically does that. You don't want to make these too thick, because then it takes too long to cook them. You don't want to make them too thin, because then when they don't taste, they cook too fast. Okay, there you go. These are ready to go now. Okay, so now along with this, I might make myself a couple pieces of this pulpa negra. Now this is, I'm not sure, but it's a part of the steak that's not super fatty under the cow. So there's only a few parts that you want. You can't eat filet, you cannot eat filet mignons. You cannot eat those. There's no way you can eat tenderloin. There's no way you can do ribeye, New York cuts. Forget about it. Those have too much high fat, and that's why they taste so good. But when you get used to this flavor, you'll get used to the flavor of meat instead of craving the flavor of fat and sugar all the time. Little kids crave sugar all the time because they need to drink their mother's breast milk. And so, like, they're just a little baby, they don't know any better. And if they didn't have something that made them crave milk, they wouldn't suck on a nipple. Why would they do that? They put something in there that's sweet, it sets off the brain's euphoria. The euphoria goes nuts. The kid can't stop sucking it because it's like a crack pipe. No, I'm not kidding. It's like a crack pipe to the kid when he's a baby. But the baby needs that. But now, if you're fucking 35 years old and you're still drinking breast milk from a different species of animal, well, no wonder why you're getting fat. So think about that. Think about how weird that is. Like, first of all, no mammal drinks breast milk when they reach adulthood, or even once they're done being an infant, they're over it. But humans drink milk all the way until, like, whatever. Well, that's not the way it was supposed to be. Which brings up another question. Why do males have nipples? Okay, so here's our lunch here. Live broadcast. Live and just doing live. So, okay, I'm just gonna run it live, you guys. I got the we got the chicken smoking. We've got some burgers cooking. I've got some steaks on the grill, and we're just gonna let those cook, and we'll run it live time so you see how long it takes. It does take time, but I don't think it takes. I think that, technically this would be faster than probably waiting in line at some fast food joints. If you're waiting like in line or at the drive-through, like the time it takes to get that is about 15, 20 minutes. That's about all you need on these. Maybe a little longer depending on how thick your cut is. But, we're talking minutes here, we're also talking health. So I cut these little chunks because I just got a big slab of meat that I stuck in the freezer. And then I'm not a butcher, so I don't know how to how to cut these properly. So any butchers out there probably watching, please comment, let me know how to make a better cut next time. I could use the advice. Man, I am craving eggs today a little bit because I had I had to have some takeout the other day, some takeout chicken, which they put seasoning on it, like a sauce, which I already knew, whatever. And sorry guys, I'm drinking some water. Well, yeah, the other component to this, mineral water. Bottled water don't cut it. Gotta have high mineral content. The higher the better. The more mineral water, the better. The more minerals, the better. The more minerals, the better. Just remember that. So we like Gerald Steiner. We like Topo Chico. And in Panama, we drink Pellegrino because that's all that's available. Besides, they have Perrier here, but I don't know if Perrier counts as mineral water really because that's pretty low minerals. The Perrier tastes good, so if you want a snack, grab the Perrier. Always say thank you to the cow friends. You know, their spirits with you when you cook. So for people freaking out that are vegans or whatever, maybe you're being an unwashed, brainwashed vegan, and now you're ready to get healthy again. One of the things you might think, oh, what? Well, listen, I mean, that's just one belief. I mean that. Just chill with me and just be a cow for a minute and don't worry about it. And usually what you can do while that grills, you can kind of clean the kitchen or do your dishes, you know. So it's like, you have to do dishes, right? You have to clean the kitchen, so it's good timing here for a lot of things. Okay. So we're eating dry burgers because we're starving the organism that lives inside of us that is craving more and more sugar. And once you get rid of that, you'll feel better. I mean, you might be hungry, but you'll feel better. Excuse me. I'm hungry right now. Okay, these are still low raw. They taste good to me. All right. Oh man, I am just looking forward to eating some of that right now. Okay. Wow. So those are about done now. And I'm gonna dig in and have me some of it. I still have a little belly fat myself, and you can see my skin, from being 300 something plus pounds, So I still have ways to go. So I have to still keep eating carefully. And the grill, what it does is it drips off the fat and the oil from the food. So then you're left with an even leaner piece of meat. Than you previously bought. Because it gets the oils out of there. Do I say you buy a quarter pounder? They say, oh, it's a quarter pound before you cooked it. Oh yeah, you mean after you cooked all the fat out of it? So they say it's 100% beef at McDonald's, right? Or any Burger King or wherever. But fat is beef, so that counts. So it could be 50% fat meat they're serving you. Who knows? I don't know what the percentage beef they use. I know they have different grades, because I know one burger is like $8 and one's like $2. And one is like Angus, so I imagine that one probably has more meat and the other one is all fat. So when they cook it, It's this little thin patty with practically nothing in there. And then you put a bunch of bread and ketchup and tomatoes and the secret sauce. What was the secret sauce? 80% sugar. It got you addicted, didn't it? And then you had to have the secret sauce. What was it? It was a high sugar content, like the secret ingredient in Starbucks. What's the secret ingredient in Starbucks coffee that makes Starbucks better than other coffee shops? Syrup. They use this syrup thing they've got. So here's your meal, you know. And again, without medicinal weed, it'd be very, very difficult to say this is a delicious meal. But it is once you start eating it, once your body gets accustomed to it. Just like anything. And then you start to taste the flavors of it. But there's a period where your brain is like, hey man, I'm used to having ketchup on my beef. I'm used to having A1 sauce. What the hell? Where's my tomatoes? Where's my lettuce? Someone literally challenged me saying that salads were good for you. I'm like, what are you talking about? You can't live on salad. Salad's pure sugar. Okay, so here's my pile of lunch. My pile of lunch is right here. I'm just checking the temp on mine. There you go. So, that's it. Thank you for watching. Hey, hit the subscribe, you know. We're going to do this together. You know, but if you hit the subscribe, what that does is, or a thumbs up or whatever, you know, keep watching this stuff. Eventually, it's going to sink in, you know what I mean? And you're going to start to lose the weight. You're going to start, because it's easy. All you have to do is stop eating sugar and drinking caffeine. But it's hard, because sugar's everywhere. And it's like, you have Uber Eats now that sends, you know, text messages with pictures of, you know, gorgeous plates of food when you're kind of hungry. Man, without some sort of help, you're going to be like, oh, fuck it, I'll just spend the $20 and get me a, you know, delivery. So, hey, I'm with you. You got the Sport of Jedi behind you. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out the Naked Jedi. It's another channel we have. That's where I put all the BTS stuff up. And JediRich.com is where you're going to find all the latest stuff. Thanks for watching. Oh, and Twitter, Instagram.